features Dirty Bodies by Karalik, number 29K of Ryan Karalik. To his outside in the Headingley Sports Shop, Johnson's Whole Hog Barbecue. Number 1R, it's Rick Delane out of Stonewall. Inside on row number 3 in the 44D, this is Lightning Luke Dykstra in the 44 car. To his outside, it is the number 7, Regent Construction Miller Race Engine 7 of Danny Staff. Inside on row number 7, this is the Viert Landscaping, Darian Boyce Mobile Wash, Reimer Soils 20X of Darian Boyce, that is a GRT. To his outside, in a new this year, this is a Victory Circle modified, sponsored by Emery Demolition and Balkan B1 race car, M1 race cars. This is Ward Emery in the 10W. Starting inside row 5, that's the 9th starting spot, the veteran in the Simpsons transfer 57, it's Kevin Sexton. And to his outside, the A1 Environmental A1, it's Ian Russo. And on the back in the Ford-powered number 9, you watched him win the truck feature here a little bit ago in the pink 17. And he's got a long way to go to get it done in the modified division, but that is Lee McRae. Lee McRae in the number 9. That is your modified lineup with 15 laps on the Pepsi board and 15 minutes on the flag stand clock. We are lined up and getting ready to go racing. The pace truck continues to 11 cars lined up for our main event. Pace truck from Winnipeg Dodge, Point West Auto Park. All right, we're lined up and ready to go racing. 15 laps on the Pepsi board. The pole sitter is Kerry Janison. He builds motors for that 4 car he's driving and for the orange 20 of Darian Boyce. Rob Como eyes him up with 15 on the board. We are going green. Here we go. We got a spinner in turn 4. Yellow flag comes out as Ryan Karalik was long gone on the field, but Rick Delane has moved to second spot. Now Delane started 4th, and he has got to second, and Delane is closing in quickly on Ryan Karalik. Now, of course, he's going to close in a whole lot quicker now. The yellow is on Lee McRae's number 9. So the top 2 cars are Ryan Karalik in the 29 and Rick Delane in the 1. Now the interesting part here is Ryan Karalik used to pit for Rick Delane for quite a while. Ryan Karalik is now leading the guy he pit for a few years back. Ryan is using a Fagers modified, a J car modified. Second spot is the number 1. That's a Shaw car. That is Rick Delane. Third, I believe that's a Shaw car as well with Dodge Power. Royce Rostecki, the driver. 4th is a Millennium chassis built in. Royce Rostecki pulls off from the 3rd restarting spot. He pulls to the pit area. What a tough break for Royce Rostecki. Well, that'll move Lightning Luke Dykstra up to the 3rd spot in his Millennium chassis. 4th spot, that is a Hughes chassis, very popular in the southern U.S. And at 5th spot, that is a Victory Circle by Balkan modified. At 6th spot, it's Kevin Sexton in a Figures. 7th, it's the GRT, and that is Darian Boyce, and then a J car. The number 7 is the Regent Construction Miller Race Engine 7 of Danny Staff. No thanks. All right, we got Karalik on the restart point, and then second place driver gets to choose lanes. Rick Delane has chosen the high side. Good choice. Well, we'll see. That leaves the inside lane for the 44 of Lightning Luke Dykstra. The Delaware double file start makes it interesting on these restarts, without a doubt. Ryan Karalik is out front on his own. The second place car, in this case Delane, has lane choice. He has chosen the outside. The rest fall in order after that. So Karalik started 3rd, and he's led, I think, all the laps up to now. We're about halfway done, 8 laps into a 15-lap feature. See, now, if I should have known. If I asked the girls, I'd get the answer. We're waiting on Royce Rostecki to change a tire, and the rule is they get 3 laps once the lineup is set. So I don't know how many he's got because the girls are busy talking about the lineup, but... Oh. So is this time up? Time's up? That's it? You can't... Well, Royce might be hiring pit crew guys if they can't change a tire in 3 pace laps, but unfortunately Royce went into the pits with a flat tire and has not returned, so we're going back to green for Sturgeon Construction. Your leader is Karalik. We are back to racing. Royce Rostecki into the front straightaway wall. The drive shaft is laying on the front straightaway. Hopefully nobody runs over that. Yep, Danny Staff just got it. You see that white tube laying on the front straightaway? That is the drive shaft out of the X of Royce Rostecki. Why is it white, you might ask? Well, that's the exact reason it's white. So when it flies out of the car, if and when, we can see it and throw the yellow flag, because that, of course, after a lot of years under a race car, would be very similar in color to the racetrack. And they must paint them white, as they must do with all the ballast. A lot of these cars have lead bolted on them in different spots to get the scaling just right. And they must also paint the ballast white and have their car number on it. And that drive shaft, not just white, but will have an X on it somewhere if it's legal. Unfortunately, I didn't see how Royce got into the wall, but I saw a bunch of sparks and then a drive shaft. If you're down in the pit area after, you'll notice that the drive shaft runs right alongside the driver in these cars. It does in the super stocks, late models, and the modifieds. And of course, they all also run a drive shaft hoop. So if the drive shaft starts flopping on one end or another, the hoop is to keep it from flopping into the, tearing into the interior tin and hurting the driver. The thickness of the wall alongside the driver's right leg is the thickest tin on the car. I forget the measurement actually, but the floor is generally the same tin as the body's made out of, but the right side, where the driver's right leg is in the driver's compartment, that is the heaviest tin in the car for that exact reason. If that drive shaft, a U-joint broke or whatever, and it started to flop around in there, you do not want to have that drive shaft spinning. The drive shafts turn at a 1-to-1 ratio, and if you're turning 7,500 RPM in your motor, well, that's exactly how fast the drive shaft's turning. So you do not want that having the U-joint break or come apart or tear into the driver's compartment for obvious reasons. Safety is our primary concern here at Red River Co-op Speedway. So we have the front straightaway clear. We go back to racing. Rob Como, our head flagman, shows him the 1 to green sign. This time, Delane picks the inside. So obviously on the last restart, he chose the outside, didn't like that. He's decided to try the bottom this time. Look at Darian Boyce. Darian started in the 7th spot, and before that second 2 yellows back, he was back about 8th place, but he's got the 20th car cooking right now. Great racing going on all the way through the field here, and there's drivers all the way to the back row that can win this one. This should be a dandy with 6 to go. For Sturgeon Construction, your leader is Karalik and the greens in the air. Here we go. Delane inside on the leader in the 1R, but not quite. Delane working the bottom, and he's up door to door in turn 4 with Karalik. We have a new leader, Rick Delane. Oh, here comes Karalik, right back after him in the 29. Delane leads into turn 1. Karalik leads off at turn 2. What a race for first place. Karalik leads into turn 3. Delane moves to the point in turn 4. He's your new leader. Delane comfortably in front of Karalik. Karalik back 2 or 3 lengths now. The A wannabe and Russo experiencing problems as he heads into turn 1 on the bottom of the racetrack. Rick Delane, your new leader after starting in the 4th spot. Lightning Luke Dykstra slides by for the 2nd spot. He gets by the 29 of Karalik. Oh, the 20 of Darian Boyce got on the back bumper of the 29 of Karalik and almost went off the top of turns 1 and 2. What a great race with 1 to go. Your leader is into turn 1 right now. Rick Delane in the Headingley Polaris. Johnson Whole Hog Barbecue, number 1, is your leader, and this will be his first feature of the 2012 season. A veteran of lots of years of modified racing. How about a hand for your winner, Rick Delane? 2nd spot. 2nd spot goes to Lightning Luke Dykstra. 3rd to Karalik in the 29. Fourth to the 20 of Darian Boyce. And rounding out the top 5, it's the 10W of Ward Emery. Green racing in our modified division. Wow. That is good stuff. Fantastic. Lots of speed if you like sticky tracks. Tonight's your night. While we are about set to go late model racing, we're going to get the lineup done here in just a moment. We are ready to go late model racing with the lineups and race action. Here's Darren.